G'day, welcome to Mt.Coramba apiculture. It's Saturday the 18th of January 2025. First video for 25. I've been chased into the shed because it's really bad weather outside, changing from sunshine to heavy rain. And yeah, it's just it's great, but it's not a great day to be out. So just want to talk about Varroa again. That seems to be the only thing I want to talk about lately. So I've been up to Lowanna and Lowanna a couple of days ago. I hadn't been up there since the 6th of December. I hurt my back and I just haven't been able to get back up there. I'm okay now, but it just took me a while to get back up there. Surprisingly, very high Varroa counts at my Lowanna site. So that was a surprise. I'm just trying to understand what happened, I guess. Those bees were moved up there, I think, early August. And I found my first Varroa mite down here on the 18th of August. So I kind of had the feeling that those hives were Varroa free, and I was just doing a little bit of testing up there and not really picking anything up. I think in hindsight, I've moved hives up there that had Varroa, and because they were in such low levels, I just didn't know. And the little bit of testing I've been doing since then just wasn't enough to pick it up. And a month of summer conditions, and they've taken off. So as you can see in the footage coming up, I've found one hive had counts of 170 in 300 bees, which is just off the scale. You can see the way the hive looks. The bees were bearding, clearly uncomfortable. They're starting to uncap dead brood, and you know, it's easy to go, oh yeah, well I've got Varroa resistant queens, or you know, Varroa hygiene sensitive, whatever you call it, and that's not right. They're just getting rid of dead and dying pupae. So yeah, those bees didn't look good. Anyway, there's Bayvarol gone straight into them. Every hive had a high count, and there's Bayvarol gone straight into all 9 of those hives. So they'll be feeling better today. It's a couple of days since I did that, so they'll be feeling better. Don't let hive strength fool you either, because all the hives up there were strong, and some hives on that day, I've took 2 boxes of honey off them, and there's another box still on them. So in that period, they've done really well, built up, and they're really strong. But don't assume that a strong hive hasn't got Varroa. What have I learnt? Monitor. Don't assume that you haven't got mites. You really need to be doing that on a regular basis. And I think talking to some of the Varroa development officers down here during the week, I think yeah, you've got to be really strict and get into those hives once a month and be doing some sort of monitoring. I think with my green combs, I'm going to continue with mite trapping with the green combs, because they've got to come out every at least 24 days. I think that's a good a trigger to do some monitoring as well. So if you've your green combs in and you're going around pulling them out every 20 to 24 days, then that's a time when you should be doing some monitoring as well, just to make sure that your levels are right. So yeah, interesting thing. So hopefully, you know, by looking over my shoulder as I learn, you can learn as well. So a bit of footage coming up of those hive inspections, and there's also a great shot of the rainforest rattler coming through at home as well. So stick around to the end of the video and you'll see a bit of vintage train footage. Thanks for watching. So this is the hive that I got the high mite count on yesterday, 174 in a wash, which is just off the scale. Yeah, so that bearding is a problem. None of these other hives are doing it, and that's what caught my attention initially with this hive. So let's get inside and have a look at it, and have a look at what a hive with a lot of Varroa looks like. Alright, so down into this brood box. Just have a bit of a look at it before I put some Bayvarol in it, and just have a look at the appearance of the frames, which you might be interested in. Hopefully this damn goose stays away. It really is a pain. Every time I start talking, it'll turn up and scream at me, so real problem when you want to make a video. Even though we're looking in the brood box here, this hive is strong, and it's got 3 boxes of honey on top of it, so yeah, don't let hive strength fool you, because if you're going on hive strength, this hive is strong, but chockers with Varroa. So I'm just looking for a queen here. As I said, I watched this yesterday and got a count of 174, so that is not good. So I haven't done, because I thought this site was Varroa free, I haven't done any mite trapping or anything, no green combs, nothing like that at all up here, so yeah, I've had free reign. So the first thing I noticed with this frame is that there's lots of spots missing, and they're actually uncapping those pupae and pulling them out. And you could say, oh well, that's good, I've got a Varroa sensitive hygiene queen, but they're clearly not, because there's a really high mite count in here, so they're doing their best to beat it, but it's getting away from them, so yeah. I'll just shake these bees off and have a better look at the surface of this frame. So I hope you can see them. You can just see them uncapping all these cells here. They've got them completely uncapped, and they're in the process of tearing those pupae out of the cell, and all those open cells would be cells that have had Varroa damage in them. So yeah, you can see it there again. See them tearing these pupae out. So yesterday when I opened this hive, I could actually see Varroa walking around on the surface of the comb. So there's 10 hives here, they'll all get a dose of Bayvarol. I'm not going to muck around. I want to be able to sleep at night, and yeah, I'm not prepared to lose hives to Varroa. So they will get Bayvarol. Why will they get Bayvarol? Well, it's the only approved method that's available to me at the moment, so I've got no choice but to put Bayvarol in these hives when I get a mite count which is over the threshold. The organic treatments, it's too hot, and the only one of them can be used with supers on, and it's too hot to use that treatment. So Bayvarol it is. What happens when I get to the end of the 6 to 8 weeks and pull the Bayvarol out and retest it again, it's over the threshold again? Well, I put Bayvarol in again, because that's the only thing I can use. I'm going to play around with brood breaks later in the year, and hopefully I can make a few videos about that. So yeah, so that's what this hive looks like, and the bees are clearly, just by that bearding, they're telling me that they're upset, and definitely that brood removal indicates to me that they're trying to get rid of Varroa out of the cells, or at least the dead larvae out of the cells. So yeah, so I'll take, there's 3 boxes of honey on top of this hive, I'll take 2 off today, and one of the things I do worry about with these if a hive's stressed with Varroa, that the beetles will knock it, and that's when they're really vulnerable. Anything that tips the balance to the beetles is a problem for a hive. I don't want to lose a hive at all, and I certainly don't want to lose a brood box and 3 boxes of honey, so very vulnerable at the moment. Let's get some Bayvarol strips in this. So your Bayvarol always goes into the brood box, never in the honey supers. Your brood's right through here, and you want to get it just in sort of a diamond shape. Shall I put it there? Just in a diamond shape, right on that, in that brood chamber, right on your brood combs. And a bit of a diamond shape there, and it spreads it evenly through the hive. So you've got one in each seam through the centre of that brood box. Alright, let's get this hive back together and get on to the next one. So we're down in the brood box of this next hive. Interestingly, it's got a green comb in it, which I'd forgotten that I'd put in. So I might have a bit of a dig around in that. So every time I speak, this goose turns up and screams at me. It's really quite annoying. If I can find a queen here, I'll do a wash as well. Mate, please go away. You're not helping at all. So these hives I'm looking at are all in the front row, and I'd expect that they're getting a bit of drift from the hives behind them, which would account for their strength, I think, and possibly the high mite loads as well if they're getting field bees drifting in all the time. Seen a lot of brood in here yet. I can see drone brood in there, so something going on. Trying to get a bit of brood, so not a great queen in here. Oh, wouldn't that rot your socks? Into some brood there now. I can hear thunder off in the distance too, so really need to get cracking if I want to get treatments in all these hives today. There's only 10 of them, but yeah, don't want to be doing it in the rain, and I've got to pull honey off as well, so let's keep moving. There's our queen. So let's do a mite wash in here. Get in there. So we'll do an alcohol wash, and we'll do have a dig around in this green comb as well. See what's on it. Right, so we should be able to find plenty of mites in there. Right. Let's get some off this green comb. Normally shake nurse bees off a couple of frames, but just for the... I know there's mites in here. Yeah, those bees are not happy. Yeah, not the best day to open hives or do anything really, but it is what it is. So I can see here that they're uncapping some of this drone pupae. Let's have a look at our wash. Oh. Yeah, straight away, that's way over any threshold. And this is bloody gooses here again. So yeah, I reckon there's, I don't know, 40 or 50 mites in there. Yeah. This will be the telling. So you can see mites on that drone brood in there, walking around. Not good. See, I didn't bring any spare frames up today. I really should be pulling this out. I'll have stickies to come back in a few days, so I'll yeah, that's a severe mite infestation there. Not good. Don't have to look hard to find them. Actually, I'm gonna take this frame home. So yeah, I just couldn't leave that green frame in there full of those mites. I mean, the Bayvarol will get them when they come out, but yeah, I'll take it home and freeze it. So I've just grabbed a sticky out of a weaker hive up here. Throw that back into that position. Push those frames across. See, I reckon that mite count was 50, 60 mites in that, so just unacceptable. And yeah, Bayvarol will fix them. She's gone. Let's get our Bayvarol in. So this hive's got 3 boxes of honey on it. Once again, big strong hive. But yeah, the bigger the stronger the hive. I think the more brood and the more Varroa in them. So, and plus they're getting, as I said previously, they're getting all the drift, which doesn't help them. So there's our Bayvarol in there in that. That going in that diamond pattern. Yes. Alright, that will give them some relief and I'll be able to sleep at night for 6 weeks anyway. So let's get this hive back together. So we'll put one honey seeper back on and take 2 off. The smoke is going out.